I know the music stopped. I know the music stopped. The music stopped. There we go. Whoa, it's a stream. All right. We have a bunch of stuff to go over today. Exciting day.
Strime Tom.
Also, what's up, Prez? How you doing? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Stream. I'm your host, Shrimp Tom. And today, we're going to be going over quite a few things. They're finally putting proper negative immunity strip in the game. I know, right? Dark Apostate is good, actually. How could you say Dark Apostate is bad, Shrimp Tom? It's actually good. You can now strip immunity from golems. So, I think you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it is something that I am interested in. So, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be going over Lamannia. Now, there's a lot of things I want to go over. I did take the chance to read some of the notes yesterday during some downtime. So we'll be doing a cursory glance over the important stuff. But there's some, like, real good important stuff. Realistically, if I was less of a coward, I would have had a better stream title today, which is that Human is back, because Human is able to better use some of the tools. Getting the piercing feat is very, very cool, but usually on a caster, your first 3 feats are Maximize, Empower, Quicken, so getting piercing in there is tough, unless you're a human, because humans can get it for free. But we're going to go into things. I'm going to go somewhere with music. Let me go somewhere with some music. So we have something playing in the background. Here, I'll load up the stream because I'm here at the keyboard. All right. Oh, not Sharn, though. I don't want to subject people to Sharn horns first thing in the morning. Oh, Sharn horns are coming.
I don't deserve the risk, but there are yet foes on the field.
Marketplace. I do appreciate that Doc Jekyll made the classic Sharn air horns, so even if I'm not in Shard, I can still hit it. That's a good one. I shouldn't have a soundboard, so I don't have a lot of sounds. I'm irresponsible. I'm like a very irresponsible young child who just likes touching the buttons. Fire piercing? Yeah. Warlock, I can see it. We're going to talk over some of the stuff. And I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Only the people that are at the beginning of the live stream get to know this secret, because you guys are the cool cats who show up early. So I'm going to show you something that is interesting. Okay? I'm going to show you something that is interesting. Also, thank you. Yes, it is Canada Day, but here's some interesting news. So today we're going to be talking about Lamannia. We're going to spend the first chunk going over these pages, and then we'll actually look at some things in game and do some testing and talking about it. However, Spell DC Initiative Wave 2. Listen, I'm going to let you guys in on something. I lied to you. Do you remember when they were like making the changes to spell DCs on items? And I was like, man, this isn't really doing enough. What the heck? What the hecky wecky? How come they're not doing enough, man? They really need to do more. They're just not doing enough. Yeah, I knew that they weren't doing enough, and I knew that they were going to do more. It was just coming in stages. I wasn't allowed to say anything about it. But here it is. So there's going to be more changes coming to spell DCs to make the game more accessible to the entire player base, because spell DCs are a little quasi cupcakes right now. So it's very exciting. But yeah, so we're going to go over some of the stuff. Now, before we get into that, there's something I wanted to do that I hadn't done. I haven't seen the trailer for Terror of the Demogorgon. So I wanted to quickly watch it, because I haven't seen it yet. However, something I just noticed when looking at this is that two things. When I was scrolling, 300,000 views? That's insane. But also 300 likes and like 100 comments means this is not an organic 300,000 views. This is probably hosted on a website somewhere that's well trafficked, and then the embed views are counting as views. So people are kind of just like, it's like popping up on the side of somebody's screen. If you remember, it's sort of like Fextra Life. And when you go to Fextra Life, the wiki, it loads up the Fextra Life live stream, so you're now counted as actually watching it. So it's generating, it's pushing them up on the viewer list on different platforms. So it's similar to that, which is interesting. So I don't know where this is being hosted. I'd be curious if anybody does know the answers to where this is being hosted. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that people aren't actually seeing it. Of course, people are in fact seeing the video, but this is a much more accurate representation of the amount of people seeing it than this number is. Also, as I was scrolling down, reading some of the comments before I watched the video, I noticed that there's a new game coming out called Dragon Kisser. So, you know, it's good for all the people out there. And it's unfortunately, this game has less views on it for the launch trailer, so obviously it's not going to be as good as Terror of the Demogorgon. But I just thought that was very funny that was just one of the games on the sidebar. All right. Anyways, I want to watch this video, so we're going to watch the teaser trailer because I haven't seen it yet. And then we'll actually do some stuff. So let's give it a shot here. Oh yes, thanks for games. Let's go. Okay, Underdark. I like the colorful idea of the Underdark. They did a good job with that in Baldur's Gate 3. Old assets. Let's come out of the abyss. We got Myconids. We got what the hell is this? Some demon man? Bones in space? We actually have a quest like looks like that. It's one of the extreme challenge dungeons. Wergar summoning axes. Oh shit, melee. We got Worm. That's a sick looking city. Reminds me of something out of Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of places in Lord of the Rings Online like that, in Moria. Dancing with the Underdark critters. What? Whoa! What was that thing? Tentacles coming out of the abyss. I'm assuming is that the abyss? I haven't seen it yet. And the Demogorgon was saying the Saruman. Yeah, I can say that. Anyway, looks sick. It's a flumph. Yeah, I don't have flumph knowledge. Yeah, overall looks fun. These textures are really high quality for an engine like 2004. Good gracious. They're not bad. They have, I will say, they have heavily improved the textures. DDO looks a lot better than some other games from the similar era. So, for example, you look towards like stuff like Final Fantasy 11, things like that. Definitely looks a lot better. World of Warcraft obviously has outshone it, but they kind of have this specific art style that you have to really be into to like. So yeah. Flumph. The Flumph is a cosmetic pet. Wait, do I have a Flumph? Do I have one? Is it in here? I have it. What the hell? What? Oh, shit. I didn't know I had this. Look at him. Look at him. He's got the little eyeballs that are going all over the place. All right. Be serious. Be serious. Wait, hold on. What are the tricks? What does he do? What does he got? Be happy. Oh, he's happy. He's got green. Amazing. Okay, be sad. Oh, he's droopy. He's blue. Oh, poor Flumph. All right, time to be angry. Oh, he's gonna burst. He's gonna explode. He's so mad. He's like, grrr. All right, be afraid. What color is afraid? Purple? Fear? Oh, he doesn't change color. He just hides his eyeballs. I like how he hides his eyes, one across each eye, which is very funny. I don't think we have a Scourge. And then inflate. Oh, wow. Inflates like a balloon. God damn. And what's the other one? We have the Boulet pup. Are we getting Boulets? Oh, shit. Okay, we have the Boulet pup. Can attack. He bites the ankles. Okay, sounds good. We got sleep. goes to bed. Row. I want to see this.
Half a century.
Half a century. Wow, it's just gone. Yusugai, welcome back to the stream team for 50 months. Appreciate the support. Having a fantastic day. Glad to have you here. Oh, and he pops out of the dirt. That's sick. He can dance. And then roll. Ooh, he's rolling. Hell it. Hell yeah, dude. All right, sick. All right. Anyway, back to Stop Getting Distracted time with Stream Tom. We're going to go over the Lamannia patch notes. We're going to talk about some of the new things coming in Lamannia. And then we're going to look at some things. Now, there's a lot of stuff coming. I have some opinions. I'm going to save those opinions for when I talk about opinions. We're going to talk about what's actually happening first. So number one, there are some new quests. So you can view several new quests here. I'm probably not going to do any of the new quests today. But we are going to look at some of the new quests soon. Because there's kind of too much stuff to talk about here. We have the level cap increase to go over. The spell DC changes, which we're going to talk about before the level cap stuff because it's relevant. Essence crafting. So Caneth crafting has now been renamed to Essence crafting. And it's actually very, very relevant. There's also some minor stuff. There's been adjustments made to the flow that alchemists have. Basically, what this sentence means is that when you cast an alchemist spell, the way it would work is you would press the button, you would apply the spell effects. Let's say you cast like a damage spell. Your damage spell would go out, it would deal damage, and then you would get the reaction state. Now, you cast the spell, you get the reaction state, and then the effect happens. So that means instead of it being like, I cast a yellow spell, and then I cast a red spell, and now my next red spell gets bonus damage, it's I cast a yellow spell, and then when I cast a red spell, I enter orange, get the damage bonus, and then my spell that I have just cast deals bonus damage. So it's just a little bit smoother, less clunky. It makes flipping between the reactions a little bit cleaner. So that's kind of neat. Also, feat recategorization. A bunch of feats have been changed in here. So there is no more epic, or there's like the epic feats are still here, but they're no longer like in this category. Instead, they're just where they are. So for example, if I go to like spellcasting feats, I can see that I've got improved mental toughness in here, and then burst of glacial wrath and an epic spell power, light and alignment are just in the spellcasting feats. Same thing with spell focus, spell specialty, enchantment, and wellspring of power is also here. And then if I go to the warlock feats, all the feats are in here. So even the epic warlock feats like epic pack dice and epic eldritch blast are also in here. So there's that. Additionally, past lives have been reorganized. So a lot of the past lives are now alphabetical. So it's cleric and cleric dark apostate, druid blightcaster, warlock acolyte of the skin. So as opposed to having warlock at the bottom and acolyte of the skin at the top, you now have them kind of side by side. So yeah, so that is something that was changed. Not super relevant, but it just was something to look at. A bunch of big bug fixes. I don't think there's any super relevant ones. Horn of Thunder can now be cast directionally. If you looked up or down with Horn of Thunder, so if you looked up or down, it wouldn't cast up or down. It would only go forward. So now you can actually go up or down with this one. What else is on here? Hands of the Sentinel, Kneeling Sentinel now properly uses your character level for lay on hands. This has been bugged since this was changed in like update 51. So I'm happy it's finally gotten fixed in update 81. Madness. Battalion Brew works on throwing hammers, a couple other typos, other bugs. Trick Shot was not actually reducing your tumble charge cooldown, so you weren't getting charges faster. Now it's actually going to work, and that's relevant for another feat that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Eldritch Burst and Spirit Blast can be used while moving. There was a bug in the last patch where they suddenly wouldn't allow you to move, but that's been fixed. Same thing with Argonessen's Eye now drops, and the scimitars, they were made light weapons, and then last patch they stopped being light weapons, so it's been fixed. So it was kind of a bug that got fixed there. The crafting page in your character sheet is now formatted much more nicely. Fixed issues and improvements have been made to behavior of banks and bags. So apparently, when you drag a bag onto the crafting storage, it will display a progress bar, so you know how soon it is to be done, which is kind of cool. That's all the basic stuff. So let's talk about the meaty things, the things I know most of you guys care about, which is the DC changes. So, as previously mentioned, SSG already made an adjustment to make it so some of the items have higher DCs. Before, the highest you could get on a DC was +6, and now I believe the highest is +12. It's literally double. However, one of the big problems with the pass was twofold. Number one, most people didn't have +12 items kicking around because there's usually one of each currently only one of each category, which means you have to have very specific gear sets that people weren't already using. So even though it was technically an increase to a lot of the stats for many characters, it's not something that pretty much anybody could get any access to, which is a bit of a problem. However, there are 2 fixes coming, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Anyways, instead, we have the feat change. So this is a breakdown of what we currently have. So if you are getting spell DCs, you spend 1 feat for spell focus, 1 for greater, 1 for epic, and it gives you +3 to a single school. And then you can take spell specialty to get +3 to another school. So for 4 feats, you can get +3 DCs to 2 different schools. Okay. However, there is a kind of a glitch you could do where if you took epic, greater, or spell focus, greater, and epic for 1 spell school and another spell school. So if I took enchantment and evocation, then I could take focus specialty, enchantment, even though I already had these from enchantment, because the prerequisite was just having another school with epic spell focus. So for 7 feats, I would get +3 evocation and +6 enchantment. So they made an adjustment to how this actually works. Now, spell focus is the same, +1 spell school. Greater spell focus is now going to give +2 to your spell school. So you're getting +1 DC for 2 feats. So it's 3 DCs for 2 feats as opposed to 2 DCs. Then epic spell focus is +2 to all schools. So now for 3 feats, you're getting +5 DC to your main spell and +2 to all spells, which means it's much easier for all those hybrid characters. We're talking like spellslinger bards, wizards, characters that want to cast multiple spell types, clerics that want to do evocation enchantment, druids that want to do conjuration or evocation transmutation or conjuration. This is much, much, much better. But it gets even better. Spell focus specialty does in fact work now the way it's supposed to, so you can't double up. So unfortunately you're limited, but you can just grab it for an extra +3 to any other school. So now for 4 feats, right? So you take 1, 2, 3, and 4 feats. Your character is able to pick up +5 to 2 different spell schools for 4 feats. So before it was +3 and +6 for 7 feats. Now it's +5 and +5 for 4 feats, which is already better. And then legendary spell focus is another +3 to all schools, an extra feat you can take, which would then give you +8 for 5 feats. So again, before it was 7 feats to get +3 and +6, and now you get +8 for 5 feats. It's much cleaner. Additionally, the +2 to all spell schools is nice, where even if you don't take the spell focus specialty, you don't have to worry about it. This isn't necessary if you only use 1 spell school, and it's just helpful now for like kind of having dual specialties, which is really nice for things like Eldritch Knights or anybody that is going to take multiple to try to make multiple different schools work. And then spell penetration feats have just been updated. So greater spell pen, instead of granting +2, it's now granting +4, and epic spell pen grants +6 spell pen. So it's 2, 4, and 6 as opposed to 2, 2, and 2, which is what it was before. Actually, I think epic spell pen was 4. Either way, +12 is a much higher number. Are you going to take this? I don't know. Spell pen is one of those effects that is like good, but there's like as good as spell penetration is, the big problem with spell penetration is Burst of Glacial Wrath ignores spell penetration or spell resistance, and that shit's just good on everything. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, good change. As I said, it's going to be fewer feats for more stats, which is nice. Now, when I say fewer feats, I mean it. You're going to take fewer feats for more stats, but there's the other issue is like, what do you spend those feats on? Well, the level cap is going up to level 36. That's right. We'll be getting up to level 36 with a new expansion, which will bring with us more epic destiny points at 35 and 36. And at 36, you get an extra feat. So you can take whatever feat you want. However, to go along with this, they're adding some new feats. As far as I know, I don't think they added a single feat that is level 36 exclusive, but they're just adding some new feats. So as we already talked about, legendary spell focus, but now we have what I'm going to call the upgraded feats, which is if you already have a feat, you can get another feat. So epic precision, if you have precision, it's like precision 2. Your precision stance now grants additional 5% to hit and 15% fort bypass. This is probably not necessary for the majority of players. Definitely something to consider if you're a first lifer. Low life characters need more hit chance, which is really important. So epic precision is really good if you're playing a low life character. But if you're somebody who has a lot of past lives, and especially a lot of gear, not nearly as good. Epic Resilience. While in Resilience, you get additional +4 saving throws, 10 MRR, 10 MRR cap, and you no longer fail any saves on a 1. Now, I don't know a single player who has taken Resilience since the release of the game. This feat is traditionally not very good. It just gives you a bonus to saving throws, I believe, right now. So again, not really a great feat, especially since this is a scalar, it's percentage, and this is not a scalar. So like, what are you going to do? That being said, this effect actually is quite nice. No fail all saves on a 1 is excellent for any type of tank. This is also really good for hardcore. Consider that you can take this on like a caster, and now all of a sudden you don't fail any saves on a 1. Definitely something to consider if we ever get a hardcore ever again. Epic Resilience for like non-attackers. Characters that don't have to dump like a bunch of feats into like their combat style and all that other stuff. It's actually quite good. So something weird to think about. Again, not good for endgame. I don't think anyone's going to take this. But for those niche circumstances, so like the events, could be good. Also, what's up, Fight Prime? Excellent. How you doing? Epic Power Attack. You get +5 damage. It's fine. It's better than nothing, but it's definitely a feat I don't think I would ever recommend. No, I wouldn't say never, but considering that you get this out of like enhancement trees, I don't know. It's not bad. 5 damage multiplies out, so it's not horrible. Legendary Martial Arts. So if you already have improved martial arts, you can get more damage. Legendary Sneak Attack. If you have improved Sneak Attack, you can get more Sneak Attack. I don't know if there's going to be a higher requirement on this. Improved Sneak Attack has a Dex requirement of 21, and this is a Wisdom requirement of 21. I don't know if they're going to be adjusting either of those, but these are still going to be locked to whatever you're playing. Doesn't Resilience triple your spell cooldowns? Oh, yeah, it does. Maybe on Warlock. Maybe it's good on Warlock. Improved Inspiration Melody Excellence. So Inspiration Melody Excellence is the epic bard song that gives you +2 to all stats. Guess what? It now gives you an additional +2, so it's +4 to all stats. Kind of cool. Legendary Trick Shot. So every bard is going to be taking this. My bard is 100% going to be taking this because, of course, it's just good to give out +4 to all stats. Legendary Trick Shot. Trick Shot is when you tumble, you get range power. Now, when you tumble, you get even more ranged power and some attack. And on top of that, your tumble charges recharge even faster. So I believe with this, you can get your tumble charges coming back every 6 seconds if you have this mobility and all the other stuff, which means you can have 5 charges, one coming back every 6 seconds. So you can easily trick shot once or twice in every single combat encounter through a dungeon and pick up that 80 range power, which is nice because precise shot, having to stand in one place and then shoot people to get range power is nice. This is way more combat friendly, and range needed more strength, so this is good for them. You know, range is really, they're behind the curve in terms of damage, so giving them an opportunity to get more damage while moving is always a good idea. Strength of Arms is a brand new feat. Your melee strikes grant temporary HP equal to your melee power, has an 8-second cooldown, and the shield lasts 10 seconds, stacks up to 2 times. With the upgraded ability at level 30, your melee strikes grant temporary HP equal to twice your melee power, has a 6-second cooldown, and then it stacks up to 3 times. So, to give you an example, my Paladin runs, depending on what we're fighting, between 400 and 500 melee power at all times. Which means, if I have this feat, when I hit an enemy, I get 800 temporary hit points, which can stack up to 3 times for a total of 2,400 hit points. I'm not gonna lie, I really like Strength of Arms. Now, the problem is, it's kind of hard to fit in, sort of. SSG has done the thing where they've actually started adding good feats. I want to say like 3 years ago, there were no good epic feats for melee characters. So oftentimes it was like overwhelming critical, and then you're taking like heroic feats that you still wanted, like monk stance feats were a big one, or you were taking like great strength, like the epic feat that just gives you +1 to your stat. Like the feats were just garbage for melee characters. Now there's kind of too many. You've got patience. Now you have Strength of Arms on top of that. So there's some flexibility. You still want to take your monk stances, but maybe you want to give up on it for the extra defense. Either way, I think Strength of Arms, if you're somebody who is like kind of new to the game, this is like a god tier feat. If you're like a newer beginner player, it's better than overwhelming critical for the majority of players, because like overwhelming critical is really good for adding more damage. But if you're somebody who's like new and you don't know where traps are, you don't know how to deal with lots of monsters, that sort of thing, you don't have stuff sorted out, just getting temporary hit points for bashing enemies is a great idea. Use those stacks you can't hit with an epic strike for 10 seconds. It's longer. It just says your melee strikes. Does it only count epic strikes? This says melee hits. I assumed it was when you attack enemies. Is it when you use epic strikes, like the attack? Because I assume that I'll have to look at the text in game. I mean, I think I have it here. So this should be martial feats. Epic, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it was not in here. It's not martial. It's a combat style. Epic feats. Oh, what if it's not on the list? Didn't seem to be epic strikes. Yeah, I don't know. Greater combat styles. Web touch. Oh, maybe it's a defensive one. Strength of arms. It just says melee strikes. Yeah, because if it's just melee strikes, this should be fine. Because, like, again, is this something you're going to take at endgame? Depends on what type of endgame you do. If you're a legendary hard raider, if you're a weekend warrior who logs in for the legendary hard raid trains, bro, legendary strength of arms is awesome. You ever done Skeletons in the Closet and the dinosaur starts roaring and you die because you don't get to the platform soon enough? Guess what? You just got yourself a couple extra seconds. Have you ever start getting burnt up by the big dragon at the end of...
Can you let us know where and what format to send builds for review?
Yeah, so if you actually click on the thing, I can answer this question, but yeah, I can. Can I go to my own stream here? No, that did not send me to my own stream. Oh, it did send me to my own stream. Perfect. Anyway, so what happens is you go to the stream, and then you click the sun flasks, and you go to build review. Build review. Oh, I will do another thing here. So that gives you some information about when we're doing the build review. And then it's code build review. Whoop. And that's it. Also, Lucian, thank you so much for resubscribing. Appreciate the support. Having a fantastic day. I forgot I put in a little description there, but I am stupid and I forgot about it. Thank you for the resub. Hope you're doing very, very well. But yeah, please use the subject line build review. Include your Twitch information because I am giving away DDO points for people that have good builds, so it's important. I think it's a bit niche. It's basically is only useful if you can consistently hit things. I don't know. I think for endgame it's not good, but I think for people that are just like, or like, I think for any modern endgame player, they're not going to enjoy it. But I think that for people that, again, the weekend warriors that just log in to do the legendary hard raid trains, the people that do a lot of soloing, stuff like that, especially people that like fight packs of monsters slowly, I think this will be nice. And then we have the last feats here. Piercing and Piercing Mastery. Piercing Fire, Cold, Acid, Electric, Poison, and Negative. Basically, it's a feat you can take at level 1 that you can strip immunity from an element from a single target for 15 seconds. With a 15-second cooldown. And then up at 20, so in Epics, you can take another feat that allows you to make it AoE. Oh, we'll talk about the gear in a little bit, Mr. Lift. We'll talk about the gear in a little bit. But thank you so much for the resub for 38 months. Holy guacamole. Hope you're doing very, very good. Glad to have you here. But yeah, it is pretty useful. I'm very excited to see how this feels to play, because note about the piercing feats, they cost 2 mana, they're not considered spells, they cast slower than a quickened spell, and one of our goals is not meant to eclipse or replace existing strips, so they're not overly optimized. My only worry is that this 15-second cooldown is too long, because if you already have to cast it on individual target to debuff them, I feel like 15 seconds is way too long. But we're going to find out, because I'm going to load up a Dark Apostate here, and we're going to attempt to do some quests. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Again, if it's one target, if you're beating one monster, sure. But can you do Catacombs without wanting to break your monitor? Well, let's find out. And the epics are AoE. And then, of course, we have the revamped feats. Bulwark of Defense has just been made a little bit better. And then the spell focus feats we already talked about. So overall, really, really good feats. I'm very excited to see some of the stuff in game and play around with it. Of course, this is just some basic stats, so it's not as exciting. But I think Strength of Arms will be fun to toy around with. I'm looking forward to toying around with the piercing feats, which again, we'll log in and try to use some of them. You have to cast a strip and then cast the spell? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an activated feat. No. You have to activate the feat, and then so you cast a debuff on a target, and then it strips it. Does there need to be a piercing for light radiance, or is nothing immune to it? I don't think there's a single monster immune to light damage. And they can't have alignment piercing, specifically because alignment is based on the target's alignment, so you can't pierce it. Like, that wouldn't make sense conceptually. All right, and then the next thing we're going to talk about is the level cap increase with the Caneth crafting, or it says it's called essence crafting now. So how did they change essence crafting? Okay, Archons are immune. No, you can blast their ass. Just blast them with light. That's why Searing Light is like the best spell ever. I mean, it's the best spell in the fact that it like hits things consistently. Its damage is bad, but it's fun to use. So yeah. Yeah, golems have absorption because they absorb all magic. So golems take half damage from all magic. Now, to be fair, in pen and paper, golems actually take no damage from magic at all. They're like completely and entirely immune, but I think they wanted to make it so like it wouldn't be that oppressive, because if there were just monsters that were totally immune to magic, then spellcasters wouldn't be able to do a whole lot. So yeah. Also, Lucy, thank you so much for putting on 5 subs, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream team, Zephyr5, Gemilar, Plobzor, Tyne, Shari, and Viron.
Quest completed.
Thank you so much for the gifted subs. I hope you're doing very, very, very good. That's extremely kind of you. Also, Lomslinger asking, feeling better? No, but thank you for asking. I still only have like a couple good hours of energy a day, and I do have a barbecue to go to later because it's Canada Day, if you didn't know. So I will, I'm not going to be here for a good time, not for a long time. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so anyway, they're changing Caneth crafting. You know how Caneth crafting, you had to like go to that little thing, and then you would like drag your items in, and it would slowly, and it would put in like the dissolvers, and you dissolve one at a time, one item at a time, and it was really tedious and annoying, and sometimes it would break and you have to close it and open it again. Yeah, now it's just a vendor. So you go to the vendor, just like you would sell stuff, you double click all your items into the vendor, it dissolves it, and you just get the Caneth essences in exchange. That's it. So now it's infinitely faster to do that. Do I have items in my inventory? Do I have garbage? Oh yeah, I have some garbage. Let's go. Let's go see how fast it is. You know what? Let's go see how fast it is.
There are yet foes on the field, but I'll take it.
BBQ, thank you for the review. Yeah, it should be nice. Should be nice. Also, it is a quadrillion degrees outside, so yeah. So check it out. Now we go to the deconstructor. So I would like to dissolve items, destroying them. And now we go to the dissolve shop. Dissolve. So I'm going to take all my items. I'm just putting them in here. It even tells you the value. Does it give me platinum in exchange? You can dissolve arrows? Yo, cool. And now I hit dissolve. And I got 1,471 essences. You remember how the reason why nobody did this is how tedious it was. That's why nobody ever leveled up their Caneth crafting, because it was so tedious and it was so horrible. And now it's the easiest thing to do ever. Everybody can now do Caneth crafting. Now the difficult part is collectibles. For crafting things, you need collectibles, which means auction house time. People can now start buying and selling collectibles in the auction house because you're going to need them for all sorts of crafting. And you might need them for all sorts of crafting because they're not just making it easier to access. They're also upping the levels. You'll now be able to go up to level 500 crafting. And the reason for that is they're adding 100 new recipes. These recipes are those special prefixes that you could see on gear. Do you remember when we got the special prefixes that had double stats? So you could find like a honed sword that had Vorpal and speed on it? Well, guess what? Now it's going to be a craft. So Caneth crafted items can now have 4 stats and are as good as named gear. The only exception is that they can't have sun and moon augment slots, which is a big bummer, but they're still pretty useful, especially during the leveling process. You can make some of the best leveling gear ever. I can't wait. Arcaniverse, you might know him as the guy that recently interviewed pretty much all of SSG on his channel. If you haven't watched the interviews, they're really good. But he also has what he calls it, like the God set, which is basically a set of Caneth crafted gear that covers every stat. So no matter what character he plays, he can always wear the same items, no matter what he TRs into, because it has every stat. Now you can make it even better and more optimized. And so again, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But 400 and 425. Again, stuff like attuned smiting gives you smiting and an anarchic blast. Attune Disruption, Disruption, and Holy Blast. Being able to craft Attune Disruption on a level 1 item is going to be so cool because you can now have just like swap your Undead Beater for going through Undead quests, which is kind of cool. Holy End Coruscating on a weapon from Divine Light. Double Absorptions, Frost, which is Cold and Force. Flaming, which is Fire and Light. Acid, which is Earth, which is Acid and Poison. And Electric, which is Electric and Negative. Again, very cool stuff. Evocations, Focus, and Spellcraft. Negative Blast, and Maladroy. You can now craft Maladroy and Weakening? Cool. Anyway, there's some really, really cool stuff in here. There's also going to be new collectibles, so get ready for your bags. And they're also adding some more stuff you can craft onto rings. So you can now craft Insightful Spell Power on rings. So now you can craft a ring that has like, was it like... Spell Power, Spell Crit, Insightful Spell Power, which you could not do before. So now that is an option. And you might even be able to do better than that. But yeah, like Bulwark, Protection, and Sheltering. Like, there's some good stuff on here. How does it work with defensive? Defensive. It's Fortification and Protection. That's just how it works now. Yeah, crafting, you get a set effect. This is just the set effects. So yeah, very cool. Some people might have the patience to go through all of this and examine everything and be like, I think this is bad, or I think this is good. But now you can get Deadly and Double Strike, or Accuracy and Deception, or Deception and Double Shot. Hell yeah, dude. In one item. But yeah, so really cool stuff. Very excited to see some of this. Now, the next thing that is on the list is, of course, you're going to be leveling up. You're going to be getting some more powerful. Now we have to talk about some of the items. Now, I want to preface this by saying this is my personal opinion, but I think that the items in this expansion are the most power-crept item set from an expansion in the history of the entire game. I don't levy that accusation lightly. This is, in my opinion, the most concise and condensed set of items in the history of DDO. Now, there's a couple reasons for this. Reason number one is we've had the game for a long time, so they kind of have to... That's the one downside of only having a limited number of stats is like, how do you make new items? You just kind of get more and more optimized, and they're getting more and more optimized over and over and over. Well, that's it. When Ravenloft gear came out, the numbers were so much higher. This is a little bit stronger than that. And I'll give you some examples. Okay, we're gonna give you some examples, but I do want to make sure I review all these items. Now, normally I don't review all the items, but yeah, we're gonna be going through all of them. Now, bear in mind there is a crafting in here, but it's not a complicated crafting. The crafting is like sometimes you'll see it. It's a very simple crafting system. So I know some people hate crafting in the expansion, but this one's really, really not that hard. So if I find something here, so for example, I'd say the Dwerger Craft Shroud, it says nearly complete insightful ability score. So if it's nearly complete, it means you can add whatever insightful ability score you want. So you can just customize the ability score. So that's pretty much it. All the ability scores on all the gear, there's no con items, there's no strength items, like nearly complete spell focus. You can have whatever spell you want, okay? Spell focus you want. So that way it's very, very perfectly customizable. Yeah, it's like the Sharn crafting, where it's the nearly complete, where you just finish it off. But it's more selective. So like one of the problems with Sharn crafting was that items would be like, oh, nearly complete, but you couldn't put charisma on it. It would be like, oh, you can put like one of these 2 stats or one of these 3 stats. This lets you put literally anything you want on it, which is pretty cool. So now we're gonna go over some of the items. So Darkfire Sidearm, Crippling Nightshade Venom plus 44, nothing crazy. Demogorgon Sinew. My understanding is that the art isn't in for a lot of these items, so next Lamannia we'll probably look at some of the art. But this has Freezing Ice and Anti-Magic Spike, so it debuffs enemies, which is kind of cool. We got Staggering on the Mycelic Mauler. We got the Oblivion Matic, which has got Keen and Paralyzing. Paralyzing isn't always fun, although I believe this is new Paralyzing, which has a... Oh no, it's old Paralyzing. It's Save or Be Paralyzed. Oh, this item's broken. All right. That's good. New Paralyzing, like Legendary Paralyzing, is there's a chance when you hit an enemy to paralyze them. This just always does it. So yeah, this item's busted, so that's great. Staff of the Deep is a quarterstaff that has Equiposed Focus, Your two-handed weapons gain +2 exceptional bonus to spell DCs and is considered an implement. Oh, it's got spell focus mastery or quality spell focus mastery and then equiposed focus. So it's +3 stacking. I probably never use this in my entire life, but maybe you do if you just want DCs. Sword Spiders, nothing. Forge Hammer, it's got Blunt Trauma, which gives an extra critical multi on 19 or 20, which is kind of cool. And Magma Surge. Strikes with this chance weapon have a chance of calling forth a superheated magma, dealing 2d20 plus 27 fire damage. I like it when they have the numbers in the skills. I really hate it when they're like, oh, it has a chance to do a burst of fire damage. This just tells me I like it. Keep it up, SSG. I really, really like this one. Good job. This one's got Telekinetic and Limb Chopper. This one's got Sunburst. So sometimes it'll have a DC 44 or everything is blinded. And then we have Wave of Despair with Echoes of Angdrelv, which just gives acid damage on hit, which is really funny. It's literally just 3d6s of acid damage, but it's got to be called something, which is great. All right. Now we're going to go over some of the items. Again, I cannot stress this enough. If you're like, damn, that item's insane. Damn, that item's, Shrimp, that item's, whoa, Shrimp, that item's. Yeah. All right. Baylor Skin Gauntlets. Reinforced Fists, Insightful Deception, Legendary Accuracy, and you can craft whatever you want on it. Nice pair of gloves. Nothing crazy, just pretty good. Belt of the Burrower. Quality Deadly, Quality Deception, Diversion. Excellent item. This will fit into a lot of builds unless there's belt competition, but this will fit into easily fit into a lot of builds. Is there going to be belt competition? Just you wait. Boulet Armored Boots. Quality PRR, Acid Absorb, and Ramsmite. Ramsmite on boots is nice. Ramsmite, if you don't know, is +2 strength and it's a +2 size bonus to strength and damage. Very, very good effect. Something you definitely want, even on endgame characters, you want to get Ramsmite. So very, very nice to have this here. Burrowing Claws. It's got Seeker, Insightful Seeker, and Quality Armor Piercing. Again, beautiful item. It's got Seeker and it's got Insightful Seeker on it. What more could you want? It's perfectly statted. And it's got, and you put whatever ability score you want. Even better. Cavernous Chill. This is a bug. It's not supposed to be Ice Intensity. Ice Intensity is a new stat that is coming out with this expansion. It is critical damage. So spell critical damage is now called Intensity. And you can find it on gear. I don't think it'll be on randomly generated gear, although I'm not sure. The devs should answer that question. It would be cool if this does start showing up on randomly generated gear, but we'll see. But yes, so it's supposed to be crit damage, crit chance, mana, and then a spell focus. Drow Wizard Greaves. We've got Transmutation, Insightful Transmutation, Efficient Metamagic and Large, and then an ability score. So +6 Transmutation Boots. You're going to need to notice a lot of this. Is this the Transmutation item? Yeah, it is. There's more of that. Duergar Craft Cloak. We got Vitality, Physical Sheltering, Exceptional Fortification, and then also Insightful ability scores. Just nice. Duergar Craft Cowl. Protection from Evil, Insightful Dodge. The thing you have to know about Protection from Evil is that this does not confer the bonus where you get immunity to mind-affecting abilities from evil creatures, so keep that in mind. This is not going to give you that. It would be cool if it did, but it is not going to do that. So what are you going to do? So instead you get it's just a little bit of extra stats. Fun fact, this actually doesn't stack with protection because they're both deflection bonuses. So it's just +2 resistance bonuses saves versus evil monsters. But if you already have resistance bonuses to saves, this also doesn't work. They should probably replace this or make it so it stacks. Like a protection from evil bonus was like a sacred bonus now. I think that would be a lot better. Duergar Craft Helm. Hey, look, Insightful Physical and Magical Sheltering and Insightful Fortification. What an item. The Shroud, Lesser Displacement, Improved Deception, and Insightful Deception. It just keeps going. We have yet to see a bad item. Flame Whip Belt. Hey, look, it's a belt that gives you, it's supposed to be Fire Crit, Fire Intensity, Quality Wizardry, and Spell Focus. Gauntlets of Devoured Infinity. It's got Temperance of Belief and Strength of Purpose. So Temperance of Belief is you get 1 magic resistance rating for every religious lore feat you have. And Strength of Purpose gives you unconsciousness range. Really good defensive glove. It's a defensive item, so most people aren't going to pick it. But at endgame, that Insightful Dodge can be kind of nice, especially if you're playing a certain type of character, like a Sacred Fist, where they don't actually get a lot of dodge. Can be quite nice. Oh god, we're doing OP caster belts again? Oh yeah. Great Forge Cloak. Accuracy, Insightful Deadly, Insightful Armor Piercing. I would say probably this is one of the worst cloaks because almost every character is going to have a trance at some point, so Insightful Deadly is not as useful. So probably one of the worst items. In Heroics, it's nice, but in Epics, probably not going to be as good. Great Forge Cowl. We have Quality Spell Focus, Sacred Spell Focus, Quality bonus to whatever ability score, Insightful Wizardry. Easy, instant slot into any caster at all. Every time I looked at another, I'm like, yeah, exactly. Great Forge Helm. Seeker, deadly, insightful accuracy, quality ability score. If you are somebody who doesn't get a trance in their class, like you're playing as a barbarian or a fighter, where you have to go into Harper Agent to grab your trance, guess what? You actually care about insightful accuracy, meaning this item is giga good. Great Forge Shroud, insightful spell pen, insightful spell focus mastery, magical efficiency 5%, insightful ability score. No bad stats here. The enchantment item, enchant focus, insightful enchantment focus, improved meta magic heighten. This is really impactful because this actually reduces the cost by a lot depending on which spells you're heightening, so really impactful. And of course, any ability score you want. The lightning souls are the lightning boots, so same as the other ones: lightning lore, lightning intensity, speed, and then any spell focus you want. Also, thank you for the kind words, cussy words. What's the nearly complete ingredients expansion? It's on almost every item. Oh, it's gonna be just like Sharn. So you just do quests and pick up things, that's all. Mirrorless skin boots, deadly, quality deadly, quality deception, distant diversion, insightful ability score. Again, just insane. Also, MojoFat, thank you so much for the kind words. Happy Canada Day to everybody. Welcome back to the stream team for 50 months. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing it very, very, very good. Yeah, if it's like, I assume it'll be like Sharn, because they've been doing this for a while, where the materials will be in every single chest, so it encourages you to go do like optionals and stuff. Okay, 6 blade belt. This is the one that this is one of the first items I saw, and I was like, double strike, insightful double strike, quality double strike, quality ability score. It is possible that this item will probably be on every single melee character forever. So enjoy. It's double strike the belt. Remember when I said the gear was crazy? Yeah. Demon Slayer Hatchet. You said I should put this on. All right, I will do it. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to go through. I don't want to close the window, but I will do it. Astral Spore Pendant. This one's kind of bad. Poison Absorb sucks. Insightful Will sucks. Insightful False Life kind of sucks. The number is low, so meh. Band of the Imprisoned One. Magical Sheltering. Spell Resistance. Insightful Spell Saves. Sick item, just good. Spell Resistance might not seem good, but you'd be surprised how even a little bit of Spell Resistance is great. You take Mage Armor as a spell and also as an SLA. Is there a reason for this, or should it be skipped? I take it as a spell and an SLA. I don't remember taking it as a spell. I might it's mostly because you don't really need a lot of, like, the level 1 spells, you don't cast them for damage, so it's probably just I took it at the beginning for some reason, but I don't know why it would be there as a spell. You definitely want the SLA. I don't know why I would have had it as a spell, so that might have been a mistake on my part. Bracers of Baphomet. Combat Mastery. Insightful Combat Mastery. Armor Piercing. Again, just a good item. Insightful Combat Mastery, probably not as relevant, but who knows? Maybe there is a character that doesn't have a trance in 2026. Bracers of the Spider Queen. Necromancy 4. Insightful Necromancy 2. Vision and Power. Ability score. Again, we know what we're talking about here. It's the item. Chains of Yunogu. Blood Rage. So whenever you take damage, you have a chance to gain 8 strength and con, which is just sick. Insightful Insight, Legendary Conditioning, and Quality Accuracy. You might look at this and be like, well, I don't want the insight. I don't want the damage. And I love the 10% life because that's a really good item. But here's the thing. 1, for leveling, you don't care about this. So this is just free stats. And 2, there's a lot of tanks that actually do a reasonable amount of damage. Fighter tanks as well is a good example. Getting +8 strength on your fighter tank is not bad when you want to actually be in there doing damage to people and getting extra threat. Same with this one. It's the Void one. It's missing a stat, so that's a bit of a bug, so hopefully that'll get caught. Assassinate, Improved Deception, Deception, nearly complete any skill you want. Again, just here you go. Here's your Assassinate item. Galabrazu's Claw Pendant, Quality Seeker, Quality Accuracy, Minor Action Boost, so +1 to your action boost, and Insightful Ability Score. There's nothing wrong with this amulet. This can be used by literally every character in the entire game. Well, every attacking character. Amazing. Garistro Hide Bracer. Smokescreen, Quality Fortification, Insightful Insight. Not amazing. We haven't had a concealment that's scaling before, which is really interesting. I wonder what this item is going to be at cap. So we're going to check out the Garistro Hide Bracers later. But again, just a good tank item. Jelly Sight. It's the acid one. It also comes with Eversight. Beautiful. And Sticky Goo Guard. That's fun. Karazakar's Cube. The repair item with Rune Arm Focus. Woo. Lenses of Logic. Hey, do you remember how... What if you had already had like a piece of trapping gear? You had a key lock ring. Well, they don't want to make another key lock ring, so they didn't. They made key lock ring 2. Insightful, insightful, insightful quality. God damn. Anyway, moving on. Mad Angel's Manacles. Hey, it's the Radiance one. The Radiance caster item. Mad Brew Bottle. Conjuration Focus. Insightful Conjuration Focus. Efficient Metamagic Quicken. Oh, I love Efficient Metamagic Quicken. Minotaur Calling Horn. It's the Sonic item. Purple Chiton Pouch. Power Impact. This is a leveling Warlock Blaster item. Very exciting. That's very cool. Ruler of Ruin, which is the kinetic one. So this is the force one. Shard of the Mad Gem, which is the trinket with illusion on it, with insightful spell resistance, which you can stack up with regular spell resistance. And having 26 spell resistance at level 11 is a lot. Signet of the Prince of Pleasures. It's the healing one. Tail of the Demogorgon, double shot, insightful double shot, quality double shot, marksmanship, which is just good because it gives you a stacking bonus to ranged attack and range damage. Sick. Vizerin's Band, which is the evocation focus item, and it's a ring, which makes it really easy to fit into every build, which is nice because evocation is the best spell school in the game. And then the Worm Writhe Ring with Fortitude, Quality False Life, Exceptional Healing Amp, and then nearly completed Healing Amp. So you can choose whichever amp you want. Do you want Healing Amp, Negative Amp? Sick. And then we have 2 rune arms, Venom Craft with Acid Shot, that has Insightful Spell Lore 2, as well as Insightful Rune Arm Focus, and you can craft whatever skill you want on it. Acid Shot's not my favorite, but then we have Forged Flame, which is Fire Blast. I like Fire Blast a lot. I think it's a great rune arm blast shape. So again, just a reasonably good rune arm shape there. So there are no bad items coming out in this expansion at all. In fact, some of them are the most consolidated items in the history of the game. Very exciting. Yusuke says, "Put this on." So I don't know what I'm doing here. What's special about this? Oh. Oh. It doesn't go anywhere. Well, that's fun. I don't even know how that happens. Well, now you guys have seen it before. Demon's Bane Hatchet. It's returning. It refuses to go. True. It's got to have returning like 200%. What the hell? Well, that's cool. Anyway, moving on. We now have the... Oh, I want to check that one item. Legendary items. We're not going to look at all of these. I just wanted to check one. Actually, I want to check 2 things. Number 1, the Oblivion Mattock has paralyzing. Dude, it's old paralyzing. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. This might be the best heavy pick in the game. We might be playing heavy picks. This might be the best heavy pick in the entire game. We'll see. Very, very interesting. Next up, looking for... where is it? Is it the Garistro Hide Bracers? Yeah, it's Smokescreen 20%. Interesting. I guess it doesn't go above 20. This item is much worse at 35. So this is probably one of the few like straight up bad items on this list, but yeah, it's kind of interesting there. Yeah, look at that. Restore Hide Bracers. Also, if you're somebody who basically is only going to buy one expansion and you're new to DDO, just buying the most recent expansion is going to get you all of the best gear in the entire game. What if that skills the blur? Use Jelly Sight? No. Okay. So now we're going to look at the weapon suite. So this is the Dwergercraft weapons. So all the Dwergercraft weapons are going to have the same stats. So the Dwergercraft is bludgeoning, smashing, banishing, and improved destruction. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I would ever make a banisher, especially since you can now just craft one, but it is pretty cool that this is an option. And then we have the armor or the shields. So we have the buckler right here. So it's got shield bashing, legendary conditioning, guard breaking, and quality insight. So pretty good, 5% life. Oh, is it all the same thing? Oh, all the shields have that. So they all do the same thing. Except the tower shield has a larger insight, has the epic version. Oh, the tower shield has the level 36 stats on it. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. And oh, no, it doesn't? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm stupid. It doesn't. It just has insightful insight. I can't read. This gives more aggro, and that gives the legendary conditioning. It goes up. So it's 10% or 5%, 10% for light, 15% for large, and 20% for tower. So yeah. Yeah, by the way, yeah, you're going to delete every piece of Ravenlock gear you have, for the record. So yeah, this stuff is kind of nutty. It's it's the sauce, you know? Okay, armor pieces. I'm assuming they're not all the same, but maybe they are. We have Dwergercraft. So double check that they're the same. Dwergercraft, Dwergercraft, Dwergercraft. Yeah, so there's Dwergercraft and Great Forge. Dwergercraft is fortification, quality sheltering, quality false life, and something. And Great Forge is healing amp, natural armor bonus, profane well-rounded, and something. The Great Forge is way better. I don't know what the craft is on here, though. I wonder if I can... I'm going to buy one and see if I can do the craft. So there's that. Heroic rare items. Rare items in this pack come from the Deep and Abyssal Catalyst, which are used to transform classic DDO items into new and powerful minimum level 11 and minimum level 35 forms. This shop is the Catalyst, which drop rarely in end chests. Okay, so these are the items which are going to be transformable. So in this expansion, you'll be able to take these items and you transform them. The Boots of Propulsion, the Bow of Sinew. This is a classic bow. Death's Door. Very cool shield. Dude, you'd have to farm out for a shield. And then, because Death's Door is the shield from the shield turn-in. Interesting. Demon Scale Armor. The Expeditious Boots from Korthos. Graz Habiliment. Hide of the Goristro. Insanity. The Lantern Ring. Damn. Okay, I do like the Lantern Ring. Wait, you can make a level 11 version of the Lantern Ring? That's kind of cool. This also means... Okay, so this is something that is smart. Now you have a reason to go farm out the rest of the game. Because now you have a reason to go and farm out all of the old areas. Which is super duper cool. Locus, Muxdoom, the Pansophic Circlet. Dude, I miss the Pansophic Circlet. Remember when that was the best helmet? The Planar Compass. I hate that item. Planar Gird. I can upgrade my Planar Gird. Seraphim. Staff of the Necromancer. This is the staff from Unquiet Graves in Evening Star. Sunblade, of course. Bloodstone. The Mad Loot. Torque of Prince Rayum Day II. Ultimatum. Visors of the Fleshrender Guards. Cool. Cool. All right. And then, of course, we have Weapon Master. There's also the Deep Catalyst. Cowl of the Devotee. Draupi Wafwi. Elemental Victory. Mantle of the World Shaper. The Royal Guard Mask. The Spider Spun Caparison. And the Spider Silk Robes. All right. We get to see them transformed items. Okay. So these are the new items. Okay. So the Demon's Door has Life Sealed, Improved Demonic Shield, Shield Bashing, fucking Revel in Blood for leveling. Oh, shit, dude. I should get one of these so I can, and they're bound to account. Thank goodness. Usually a lot of these rare crafted items are not bound to account. They're bound to character. Oh my god. Okay, so Death's Door was a really, really cool old shield. I hope the art is good on this one. But my god. This is very good. All right, so that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. This is insane. Every spellcaster can use Demon's Door. Even if you have Arcane Spell Failure, figure it out. This is too good. All right. Fiendish Requisition is, I think, the same thing. I don't know what this comes from. This is a different shield. But it's also got Revel in Blood, which is great. Demon Arc, Elasticity, Stealth Strike. This is from the Bow of Sinew, so it's got the Elasticity, Stealth Strike, Over Focus, -10 Search and Spot. It's got Aligned, Bleeding, Stealth Strike. Is this better than the Bow of Sinew? I'm not sure. Madness of the Demon Lords. It's got Wild Frenzy 49. This weapon, an attack roll of 20, which is confirmed. On a critical hit, the targets will go wild and attack its own allies. It causes confusion on crit. What the? On 20? It's kind of neat. Muck's Ascension. Corrosion, acid intensity, insightful corrosion, acid lore. Oh, it just makes you can turn Muck's Doom into the best corrosion leveling item. This is not a bad item, but it is not what I wanted. The Null Blade, which I'm assuming is the opposite of the sun. This is probably a Sun Blade. Oh, it doesn't deal slashing. It's an evil Sunblade. And it does not deal slashing damage, dude. What the fuck? It's pure evil. Okay, we gotta look at this one. Preview 2. Whenever we get Preview 2, we'll be looking at all of the art. Okay? I just want more of it to be in the game. But, what the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, I don't have any Sunblades. Oh. It has... No. This is slashing the mod that adds slashing damage. So it adds slashing on top, but the base is evil. Oh, shit. Okay. Perfected Bastard Sword of the Weapon Master. Oh, so this is a Weapon Master weapons. They get fetters? They're just like, hey, we're going to give you fetters of unreality. This basically makes it so you add 3 to 6 stacks of vulnerability per hit. Pretty cool for heroics. In epics, these weapons are not going to be good, but in heroics, very, very cool. Staff of the Demonic Resurrector. Oh, wow. Arcane Augmentation, Power of Blight, Blighted Lore, Insightful Necromancy Focus. Unfortunately, it's a staff. The Wicked Pull. So this is from the Mad Loot. Scirocco, Reverberating, Screeching, Sonic Lore, Medline, Proficiency, Great Club, Resonance. This is my problem with two-handed weapons. This is what a two-handed weapon should look like. It should have 1,000,000 stats on it. How come this doesn't have 1,000,000 stats? It should have 1,000,000 stats. It's a two-handed weapon. Please. SSG, please. Cowl of the Drow Devotee. Sheltering, Dodge, Insightful Dodge. I mean, shit. What if we just had one item that had every defensive stat? Isn't that kind of cool? Man, that's a good item. Crown of Iron. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Do you guys remember when every single build in the entire game was running the Boots of Seasons warding because they grant fire, cold, electric, and acid absorption? What if that was just 2 stats, so you could also have mana and an ability score? That's right. So your boots, sorry, friendship with the Boots of Seasons warding is over. Now the Crown of Ayun is my new best friend. Oh my god. This honestly might be the best item in the expansion, but we'll see. Demonic Rush. So this is from the Jet Propulsion boots. It's got the Jet Propulsion, but it's also got Dodge, Physical Sheltering, Minor Action Boost, and Speed. Oh, it made a good item. Cool. The Dream of the World Shaper. Regeneration, Spell Absorption. I don't know how many. Null Magic Guard, and Spell Saves +5. It is a better item. I don't think I would ever convert it over, though. Drow Captain's Mask. It's got the teleport. We got Smokescreen, Wind Through the Trees, and you know how much I like Wind Through the Trees, guys. Oh yeah, it's old regen. The Hooves of Orcus. So this is the Expeditious Boots. It's got Expeditious Retreat, Fear Immunity, Enchantment Resistance, Life Sealed, and Magical Sheltering. Not great, but it is cool. Lolth's Protection. So this, I believe, is the Quaff or whatever. Sacred, Hallowed, Insightful Faith, as well as Rough Hide, Life Sealed, Undying 45. Great turning helmet. The best turning helmet in the game. Occult Circlet. Oh, it's the Pensophic Circlet. Potency, quality, insightful potency, quality potency, sacred spell focus, and profane well-rounded. Oh, dude. Oh, it's so good. That is a good helmet. Shit. Piwafwi of the Drow Assassin. Deception, legendary armor piercing, insightful assassinate, quality assassinate. No problem here. The Planar Lariat, Planar Gird. No, I don't know what it does. It's not done yet. No. Baphomet's Brutality. Profane Life Force, Demonic Shield, Improved Combat Mastery, and Nearly Complete Ability Score. Bad item. Boring. Drow Pieces Mantle. Negation. Attacks and offensive spells have a chance to inflict negative levels. That's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. I don't think it's good, but it's neat. Scales of the Demogorgon. Electric resist, absorb, improve shield, blah, 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 blah. Again, just a defensive piece of armor. Seems fine. Sun augments, you know. Shadow King's cruelty. It's got Manslayer built in. Unfortunately, Manslayer is surprisingly bad. But it's got some neat stats on it. Nothing crazy. Webs of the Drow Penitent. Oh, yeah. Reinforced Fist. Enhanced Key. It's got the Crippling. It's got double craftable slots on it. Oh, baby. Abyssal Compass. Sure. Just take the Compass, which was a pretty, mid item. Let's just give it Insightful Sheltering and Quality Sheltering. Do you ever want to have Insightful and Quality Sheltering easily? Guess what? Now you can. It's right here. I had to get the stupid, dumbass boots to get regular sheltering. And then this is like, hey, you want everything? Oh, God. It's so good. Lantern of the Abyss. Power of Firestorm, Fire and Electric, Firestorm Lore, Fire and Electric, Burning Glory. On harmful spellcast, do fire damage. It's not very good, but it is really cool. Also, what's up, Kevin Head? How you doing? The Blood of Demons. Taint of Evil, Blood Rage, Raging Inferno. Your true rage effect lights you on fires if you're under the effect of Fire Shield. This ability also protects you from energy drain. You get energy and immunity while raging? Cool. Dude, I want more effects like this. Give me more unique effects, SSG. This one's good. Maybe which one's getting a hard charge? Just delete it. Don't worry about it. The Bloody Boulder. Hey, look, it's all of the hard to get offensive stats on one item. Versions in the NPC as well. Yeah. Torque of the Lords of the Abyss. It's got the transformation, Spell Focus 3, Spell Pen, Wizardry, and Insightful Enchantment. It's fine. It's just the Torque of Prince Riam, but again. Visor of Fraz Urblue, which is the Death Ward on it. Through 3 charges Death Ward, I assume. And then Illusion Resistance, Eversight, Illusion Focus, and Insightful Illusion Focus. Cool. So it just turns those into the one item. It's kind of neat. All right. So now we buy this. So now I have to see Dark Sunblade. It just looks like a dagger for now. I don't know if it's supposed to look like this. I think that's an old piece of art. I don't think that's the new art. Nope, it's not. I have a weapon on. I'm stupid. Fuck. Oh, it's a lightsaber. Oh. Oh. Ooh, I need to get sunblades now. I have to get sunblades. Oh, no, dude. Oh. It is literally a Praxic Blade. It's the Praxic Blade that Boss Hero uses during Equilibrium. Fuck, dude. And the Sunblade in the other hand. Oh. Okay, please be good, please be good, please be good, please be good. Hold. Legendary, transformed. Be good, come on, be good, be good, be good. Please be good, be good, be good. Are any of these items fine? Yeah, it's all fine. Come on. Where is it? Perfected. Null Blade. It's got Revel in Blood! And it's got Murderous Edge! Sick. Fun fact, it already has Murderous Edge. It doesn't need this because it's evil. It already bypasses all damage reduction. Shit, this might be the coolest item in the whole expansion. What the hell? Oh, okay. All right. I might have a Sunblade kicking around. We'll see. What's Gigamuck? Gigamuck is just, yeah, it's the, oh, wait. Lingering Acid Burn. Oh, Insightful Corrosion, Insightful Acid Intensity. Nice. Actually might be good. Okay. And then lastly, we have crafting ingredients. And I think that's everything. Dwarven Craft, Warrax. I'm just gonna double check to make sure there isn't anything different or that I missed. Legendary items. Yeah, somebody was showing off that there's an item, that there's actually a an axe, a great axe, or the mine cleaver, but I didn't see a mine cleaver. Oh, new collectibles. New flex, yeah. All right. I'm genuinely excited. Crafting ingredients. Show me the crafting ingredients. Yeah, there's nothing here. Time to dual wield lightsabers? Yeah. Yep. All right, everybody, get back. We're gonna be farming. We're gonna be farming. Yeah, where was the picture? Where was it posted? This is an item from the X-Pack, not on a Dwergar? I don't see it. Yeah, I want the sword, though. Holy moly, dude. That's sick. Okay, so now, but the thing I want to test the most, this is the thing I'm the most curious about. I know there's a bunch of crazy items, as I previously mentioned. Now you can probably understand why I said that this, in my opinion, is the most power creep I've ever gotten in any expansion at any time. Every item is good. They're all insane. Now, that being said, I'm not upset about it. It's very, very cool. But it is also a thing. I just want to make sure people are apprised of that situation so they know. Also, fuck, it's hot outside. Actually, it's hot inside. God damn. I'm like melting. All right. Let's make a brand new character. All right, so the title of the stream says Dark Apostate is back. Well, guess what? Well, it's Dark Apostate is good. I don't know. I don't think it is. However, you know what is definitely back? Player or a human. Because one of the things that all the other races don't get is an extra feat. And that actually matters quite a bit because actually, we're just gonna do this, grab like some of that, grab some of this, grab some of that, and that seems good. One of the reasons why that's actually very relevant for this type of character is because being a human allows me to take an extra feat. And there's a bunch of brand new feats, specifically piercing feats. These feats allow you to bypass the immunity of a target of a certain element or resistance. And being able to take these at level 1 is nice, because now I can take this, I'll be able to take Maximize, and I'll be able to take Quicken at 3, so my character will feel buttery smooth the entire time while leveling. Obviously, we're going to grab Blood of Vol, because it doesn't really matter, but it just, you know, I'm playing a Dark Apostate, so let's do it. The only downside to playing human is old visuals. So we're just going to hit random. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And we have piercing D's for lawful good. Let's go. Are these considered wizard bonus feats? I don't know. And now I want to test this new ability. So I'm going to start at level 4. I'm going to try to do some undead heavy quests to see how horrible it feels. Quests that have a little bit of undead and quests that have a lot of bit of undead. That's going to be the goal here. Cleric feats. I got to pick a domain. Obviously, death domain. Where are you, death domain? Yes. I am a spellcaster. I am a cleric. I'm a dark apostate. I am evil. Okay, more evil stuff. Oh, right. Show unavailable. I don't want that. Makes the list so much cleaner when you don't have that going on. So we're going to go to the meta magic feats. We're now going to take Quicken, so I can have Quicken as well. Get some more spells, and then finish it up with more wisdom. Yep, you can play Abyss Warlock as well. But again, we're going to see how clunky it feels. Light Apostate Archetype 2, you know, a good cleric. Oh, a good cleric? Yeah, that's a good idea. A light apostate. Like a holy apostate? It auras and undead from the healing, but my damage is lacking? Yeah. Okay, Quarterstaff gives me spell power, so I'm going to snag it. And we're going to throw on the basic cleric gear. I'm going to grab myself a +8 tome of strength, just so I don't have to worry about gear. Strength. Almost strength 8. This is just so I don't have to worry about like the strength, like the equip load. I just don't want to deal with it. Good time for you? Don't want to interrupt Lamannia stuff? Oh, so I usually do build reviews on Wednesdays. So that's just going to be when we do build reviews. So when you submit a build review, it's just going to be on Wednesday. That's just when it's going to happen. So when you submit it, and I will be doing a build review and another person's build review afterwards. So you do them back to back. And then chat is going to vote on whichever one they find the most to be the most interesting. That's just how we do it. We're not doing any today because I have a very short stream today because I'm looking at Lamannia, and also it's a Canadian holiday, so I'm going to be meeting some friends for a barbecue in a little bit. But also, if you do want to do a build review, make sure you submit. You have to buy it, so make sure you buy it. Short stream, yeah. Yeah, I gotta see humans on the holiday. It's important. I know there's way too many things to look at. That's why we're focusing on the most important thing. How does video game feel? 4 or 5. See human on your screen? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. All right. So now we spend our enhancement points, crack out some things. So I need to go Divine Disciple first, oddly enough. We go righty lefty. We grab Inflict Wounds SLA. In fact, I think I have to do this before I can take any of this stuff because I need the SLAs because they're like kind of too good. So we grab defense, we grab crit, which is good. A little bit of mana, and then pick up necrotic bolts. All right, I am all necrotic. That's all we do. We do nothing but necrotic damage. To be fair, you wouldn't do nothing but necrotic damage. God dang it. All right, I'll fix this. Yeah, give me shards. I'm gonna pick up money. You know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna go get the money. You would take Searing Light here. That even on a negative cleric, you would take Searing Light. I don't know why I didn't take Searing Light. So I'm gonna grab Searing Light. And is there a specific place? Exclamation point build review in the chat is how you get the information for how to do build review. Have you seen the new Reanimator Artificer in D&D? We have Frankenstein Artificer in DDO. Probably at some point. I expected them to do some more Artificer related stuff. With the release of the... Actually, I can do this instead, so I can pick up an extra crit. Yes. Yeah, you would always take Searing Light here. Even though I'm playing negative, you would always take Searing Light. All right. So we have Searing Light. We have Inflict Serious Wounds. I have my stub, my Piercing and Negativity, so I'll make sure I have that. Spells. We're going to grab Soundburst. Oh, I have to go to a tavern. I have to go to a tavern? What do you mean I'm VIP? This is some bullshit. I have to go to a tavern? I'm VIP. Imagine going to a tavern to change spells. All right, Soundburst, and I need Cure. Seek Eternal Rest, Soundburst, Cure Self, and then level 1s. We grab, I don't know. I have an Inflict. Commands, Bless, Burn. Effect from Evil, sure. I don't care much for most of these. Okay, perfect. Then we grab this and this. You go over there. Then we put on Maximize and Quicken. Maximize and Quicken. So we're going to go do a couple quests. And I'm going to look at how they feel. We're going to use like different sliding scales of amounts of undead to fight. So actually, here's a good one right here. Targeting on single target inflicts if they haven't already. Touch range facing restrictions means they almost never work in actual combat. Yes, it's a very annoying thing. They just need to not be touch range. They need to be like 10 foot range. It'll be fine. Not missing action. I want the other one. I want the sunken... What? This quest isn't here? That's crazy. Alright, sunken sewer. Also, good morning, Zert. How you doing? Oh, there's a thunderstorm outside.
Cascades of putrid water.
Okay. So you might be wondering why I'm doing this quest in particular. And that's because... oh, I don't have any spell power items, which is kind of funny. Whatever, I guess it's not that big of a deal, surprisingly. Searing Light. Again, I'm only casting spells here. We're just doing some Dark Apostate things, okay? That's it. Just Dark Apostate things. I need the ability to humble through this.
Then spew noxious fumes into the tunnel.
Oh, right. Armor.
Be a way to disrupt their flow.
Die Shaman.
Levers on the wall might be used to lower this half of the
And I
bridge.
believe
Lowering the second
I actually have to do this because I don't think I think I have the jump. You can probably do it with a negative. Oh my god, that's a lot of... It's there. Yeah, a lot of quests aren't on Lamannia. Here we go. You can grab here. You can grab here. Hey, come on now. Okay, it's not oh god, please, please, video game, I'm begging you. There we go. the grab. I guess my tumble's not high enough. Because even though I put points in a tumble, I put on armor. Okay, minor amounts of undead. How do I deal with this? So we Searing Light the first one. And then... There we go. And then this one. So we debuff him. I can't target it with the SLA. I'm not allowed to target with the SLA. Oh, Inflict Light Wounds won't target undead? That's a weird bug. I didn't expect the spell-like ability not to function. I'm going to be honest with you. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder, but it's literally just constant lightning outside.
It appears to be the safest place to leap.
Oh, foe, undead, friend. I can't target enemy undead. Yeah, you can't. You literally can't target undead foes with Inflict Light Wounds. No, it's literally, it's not. Look at that. Foe, undead, friend, undead, foe. And then this says foe, undead, friend. It won't let you target undead foes. Interesting. I did not expect that. All right. Well, this did not go as planned. So this guy's dodging me. Oh, no, 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 no! Please, please, scorpions. Nice. Freedom. Okay, so that is a bit of a problem. Something that I did not expect, which was piercing. Oh my god. Sorry, that was spooky. I didn't realize that you couldn't target with that. I wonder if the other attack here, Necrotic Bolt, is also like that. So let me do a quick check here. Let me check Necrotic Bolt. Let me check Necrotic Bolt. Oh my god, it's so scary. All right. So put the point here. Now let's see, Necrotic Bolt. It just says foe, so I should be able to hit foes with this. So maybe this one will work slightly better. So we maximize and we quicken this. I need a negative spell power item. What's a low level negative spell power item and where do I get it? 1 to 4. Is there like a 3? Is there like a 3 somewhere? I'm trying to think if there's a 3. Keep on the Borderlands. I don't think I can get ingots. And I already have the staff, which gives me potency 20. Rat Quest gear. Is there a negative item in Rat Quest? Also, what update was Rat Quest? Is this 73 or 71? I think it was 73. Rare Scepter from Night Brigade? Oh, Night Brigade, eh? Oh, yeah, buddy. The lightning is going crazy, and it is like a monsoon outside. And very hot, which is awesome. Okay. It was, in fact, not this one. But maybe there's one in here anyway. Aha. Nullification of Voidlord Wizardry. Perfect. Sewer Site. Thank you, Sewer Site. Oh, it's blowing my window. Oh, God. I had to close the window a bit. The wind was trying to rip it off. Oh, no. That's not good. And then I just spilled water all over my keyboard. God damn it. The storm's got me confused. What's that? I gotta grab a paper towel. No. Oh, the water. It's everywhere. I spilled water everywhere, dude. Up north, thunder and lightning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just a summer storm. It's unfortunate that it is a holiday and I'm supposed to be going to a barbecue. I don't know what we're going to do because hopefully the weather passes, but if it doesn't, uh-oh. The main issue is the place where I'm going to be going is a place where my friends, unfortunately, have a lot of pets that I'm allergic to. So I was excited about the idea of going somewhere and being outside because outside, you don't have to worry about that. Crazy sunny here. I am jealous. Very, very, very jealous. All right, keyboard's still working. Let's go. Okay. The scepter is a unique model. Ooh. All right, so this should be good. Now I have all the negative stats that I need. So now I'm going to take this different step. We're going to go into a quest with a little bit more undead. Where's a quest that's like mandatory undead that you have to kill? I'm trying to think. Give me a sec here. Oh, yeah. Don't send your weather. I mean, I'd rather have sunny than rainy and stormy. But yeah, it is like pouring rain. I keep getting distracted this way. Damn. Anyways, so the answer to the question is Dark Apostate going to be good? I don't know. But we're going to find out, how does piercing negativity really feel? Because that's really what I want to know. Do the piercing spells actually feel good? Do they make it so that you can decide, oh, I'm going to play a negative character and actually level through the game with it? Right now, there's enough quests you can avoid certain monsters. So the idea that it's like, oh, well, Strim, obviously you shouldn't do Catacombs as an undead character. You're correct. I should not do that because there's too many undead in that quest. But I'm thinking about the quests that have incidental undead, you know? How bad are quests that have like a small amount of undead going to be where you want the bypass? Because yes, 100%, any quests that have a lot of undead are just going to be completely off the limits. But that's like just something you should expect as a player. Remember, we have so many quests in DDO, you don't have to do half of them to level up. So you can pick and choose. And especially with Out of the Abyss coming, you can probably skip Ravenloft soon. That you would expect to have to avoid. Yeah, Two-Toed Tobias is a lot of undead.
The librarian has left the room. Quick, obtain the book. The librarian.
Just go melee from 1 to 5. Yeah, it's not going to work well on a first life though.
My traps will be the end of you.
My traps will be the end of you. So boom, we hit him. He loses his immunity. I can't cast that spell. And then we wait. I can turn. Dies. Nice. So turning undead still seems like it's the play. It still seems like it's pretty good for this type of character. Piercing negativity casts quickly. I think the main problem is 15-second cooldown. It is single target. I think I would prefer this to be closer to a 5-second cooldown. It's still pretty cumbersome, and I don't mind having to cast a spell first. But single target 5 seconds? Ooh, or 15 seconds? No, this should be a 5-second cooldown. Don't play undead on a first life. Yeah, but people want to start playing the game, and when you click cleric and it gives you the option to play dark apostate, as somebody who wished I was an emo kid when I was younger but didn't have the courage to dye my hair, dude. So we debuff. No, don't jump out of reach. What a jerk. Or make it an AoE. The epic version is AoE. It's meant to be like cumbersome in the beginning and really powerful later on. So yeah. It becomes AoE at level 20. I think as long as this has a 5-second cooldown, I think it's okay. I think at 15 seconds, it's just a little bit too clunky. But we'll see. We're about to fight a lot of zombies. What's up, Artim? How you doing? This negative is probably nice against constructs. Otherwise, just turn. Yeah, I agree. I think the answer is just going to be just turn. But again, we're going to be trying it out. What's changed? There's a new feat called Pierce. The Pierce feats allow you to bypass immunities starting at level 1. However, it's a spell that you cast that lets you bypass immunities. So, I'm seeing how clunky and horrible it feels to use on a Dark Apostate. So now we come back out. So boom, zombie. Hit him with the pierce. 1 down. And then you just turn undead because it's easier. Man. Because it's just came off cooldown. 15 seconds is just too long. That's it. 15 seconds is just too long. I actually don't think it needs to be made multi-target. I think that having some clunk at the beginning, so you're like learning how to play the character, is fine. And like it takes you a bit to be like, oh, how do I do this? How do I, you know, how do I make my character feel good? And kind of learning like, oh, you're going through and individually targeting stuff down. I think it's fine. But, and it's... It didn't go up? What the heck? But yeah, the fact that it takes so long to cool down is not good. Did I go into Reaper mode? That explains why everything's making their save. It's like, why is literally every monster making it save? I just on autopilot. But yeah, so there's your answer. Piercing negativity. The pierce spells feel good. I actually think the speed is fine. So I think they did a good job with this one in terms of getting the cast speed. I was worried this was going to take too long to cast. If you've ever cast the Awaken Elemental Weakness spells, you know how clunky those feel. Turn undead. Turn undead. Oh, there's... I can't turn them. Okay. How long does that turn last? Some time. Here we go. Boom, another one down. Turn. Oh. Here you go. You're running out of time. You're only got 5 seconds left of life, zombie. Appreciate it while you wait for my cooldown. Honestly, this should have, looking at the way it is, it should have no cooldown.
You have found
But like, 15 seconds is way too long. What the hell, man? Oh, I think the storm might have passed. Because I can see the sky again. It rained so hard, the sky is back. Interesting. So, is Dark Apostate back? I think the answer to that is definitely no. No, Dark Apostate is not back. But is human back? And I think the answer is yes. I think human now can be a very good caster race for any casters that are kind of either mono element or don't have a good bypass. Let's say you want to like level with an artificer, or you want to play a warlock. I think human is now like a straight up good option, because you're able to grab the piercing feats, so you can just pierce whatever element it is you want on any individual target. And on a warlock, it's even easier. The main issue is that piercing negativity and all the other piercing spells, because the cooldown is 15 seconds, it's just too clunky to consider using. Maybe the AoE will feel better. So let's find out. Let's go get the AoE one. That implies that DA was good at some point. I mean, you're not wrong. What's the build? I'm currently testing out piercing, the new piercing abilities on Dark Apostate to see how they feel. So where is cleric. Jonna. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly slam out the rest of these cleric levels. Improved Domain of Death. Oh, I forgot you get Necrotic Ray. Necrotic Ray is huge. So much damage. Okay, so we grab Blood is Life. And then we grab Metamagic. I need Empower. More damage. Then we need more Wisdom. Keep going. Keep grabbing stats. All right, Greater Death Domain. I'm immune to Energy Drain. Sick. I'm also going to be undead, so that's not good at all. Spell Focus. Give me Spell Focus Necromancy for 500. Right. Need spending 2 feats on an active strip that can't be quickened versus classes that get it passively. It is a big disadvantage. So I wholeheartedly agree. It's like you have to invest so much, so I think the cooldown should 100% be shorter. Again, you still have to deal with the clunk of like stopping what you're doing to cast the spell first. So in my opinion, 1000% I agree with you. Like, that being said, I don't really have a lot else to spend my feats on. I'm now at 15 and I don't really have anything else to do. I could take Spell Pen, I guess. I could take a Dragon Mark. But like, I really, get rid of Shown Available. I really don't need a whole lot else. I took Piercing. I could take Mental Toughness, I guess. I guess I could take Heighten if I really wanted to. And I could heighten some of my SLAs. I mean, that doesn't seem horrible. I like the idea of having Enlarge as well. So maybe we take Enlarge. Enlarge seems kind of good. Maybe I'll take Enlarge and Heighten and just have like a bunch of spell-like abilities. That seems kind of good, especially considering more Meta Magic feats is better for Magus of the Eclipse, which scales off of Meta Magic feats. Come on, talk to me, Jonath. Talk to me. I need to level. Don't lag on me now. Lamannia is still a little laggy. It is unfortunately, from my understanding, not a 64-bit server, so it still gets a little laggy every now and then. So if you're like, oh, sometimes Lamannia feels sticky, it does. It does sometimes feel sticky. All right. 20. I need to take 21. So I have to go to the Junction of the Spheres to take 21. I also got to level up all the things. Again, we're just doing a quick test, but I do unfortunately have to do this slow process because I need to get the feat. So now we go to Spell Casting. Epic Piercing Negativity. So now we have Epic Piercing Negativity. So Epic Piercing Negativity is AoE. So now this will hit multiple targets. How clean does it feel? I don't know. But in theory, I should be able to do a Piercing Negativity into a Inflict Critical Wounds mass, and it should feel pretty good. Is Lamannia 64-bit? No, I just said Lamannia is a 32-bit server. Dude, so yeah. How's testing so far? So far, I like the fact that it does give you access to some immunity strip. I don't like the cooldown. I think the cooldown is too long. It feels very, very clunky during the leveling process. Even doing quests with minimal undead or attempting to avoid undead feels almost immediately bad. Like right away, it just feels like garbage. And so I think that's something that should be absolutely addressed. I think that after a little bit of playtesting, like it took almost 0 seconds to realize like, oh, 15 seconds is just too long. It's single target. You have to spend mana on it. You have to spend time on it. Yeah, it should not be a 15-second thing. You get Channel Divinity SLA that is one of the prereqs that applies the Pierce. I mean, that would be cool if that was in the game. I don't know if the thunder comes through, but it's like crazy loud.
I got Strim the Horror, Teresa new hat with all the elemental absorption, but what about mittens so my fingers don't get cold?
So your fingies, you just have to sit on them. So when you're sitting at your chair at the computer, you sit on your fingies. So that's how you want to do that. And they stay nice and warm. Yeah, I have several audio things that are meant to make it so you can't hear it, but this was it's a good question. Okay, so where do we go to fight a pack of undead? I need a clump of undead. Think, Strim, think. Where do we get a clump of undead? No, there's not really a lot of clumps of undead. Epic Catacombs. Well, the other issue with Epic Catacombs is I'm going to die instantaneously because I only have 300 hit points. The Black Lock. The Black Lock has a lot of undead in it, and they're big clumps. All right, Black Lock. Good idea. I might need some defensive stats. I may need to spend some points in my trees, too. You know what? We're just going to rip the rest of Dark Apostate here. Just to grab all of this. So take this. I don't need any of this stuff. Yeah, give me the manner. Give me crits. Give me turning bonuses. I don't know. Give me wisdom. What else do we got? In-cap range, Dark Judgment. These are all bad. Oh my god, Dark Apostate, why? Could you guys imagine if Dark Apostate was good? Necromancy DC's +1 for 2. Alright, there we go. So now I can just enter the undead form, so we can just go Necrotic Shrouding. And then that gives me a huge amount of defense. Because it gives me all the incorporeality and stuff. So that should be helpful. You know what? I'm just gonna take a quick, because I'm level 21. I'm just gonna keep on the Borderlands and grab a couple keep on the Borderlands gear pieces. What update is keep on the Borderlands? DDO keep on the Borderlands. Keep on the Borderlands is update. $46. No. $41? I don't know. Doesn't say. Literally doesn't say. That's sick. I'll get you the answer. Keep on the Borderlands was 44. It was 44. Old loot guy, pre-Sharn. Nope. Old loot guy, Sharn to Feywild, 44. Epic stuff. Oh yeah, Total Chaos also has Clumps of Undead. True. We're not going to grab too many things. I just want to grab like gear to fill up some of my slots. So just so that way I don't instantly die. There's like some Constitution items and stuff. Oh, I think the Constitution items literally have, all of them have Life Sealed, which is a hilarious consequence. So we'll see. All right, we got Dark Sphere. Cool. What else we got? We got Belt of Blind Devotion. We got Black Feather Boots. That's got move speed on it. We got Life Sealed. I don't want that. Black Feather Cloak. Sure. Awesomer. Oh, no, the Hallowed Gloves because it's going to be sacred. That seems good. Helm of Dire Cult. Sure. What else am I missing? Dread Ward. More Life Sealed stuff. More Life Sealed stuff. Bracers of the Owl for wisdom. Cool. Spell Penetration. Open lock. Necklace of Tranquility. Is there seriously no Constitution items that don't have Death Ward out or Death Ward here? It's really funny. Whatever. We'll take a Ring of Brutal Force. I already have a Trinket, so that's it. And the Whispering Ring. Nah, it doesn't do anything. All right, there we go. Slap on all the gear. I don't have a weapon, but that's fine. I don't need a weapon. Okay, so now we're a little bit tankier. And I actually have some defensive stats now, so yay, defensive stats. I should have speed, but I'm slow for some reason. I have no idea why I'm so slow, but I am slow. I feel slow. Is this full movement speed? Is this what 30% feels like? Oh my god, I've been playing too many monks and other garbage. On augment from the store? Oh, good call. Constitution. Oh, whoops. I didn't let the store load. Gives me time to spend my... Oh, it crashed. All right, store crashed. It's probably not that important. I don't need most of this stuff. Here, we'll just grab some more. What is this? Is this spell power? This negative amp? Sure, negative amp. All right, crits. Grab this. Seems fine. And do I even need spells? Maybe like Holy Aura. I need to be in a tavern. I don't need to be in a tavern. We're just gonna go. I don't think I need any spells. Okay, so we've got my feats. This is new store provider still doesn't work. Yeah, the store like being non-functional is hilarious, which like it's actually a major issue, and I don't know why they haven't addressed it sooner rather than later. I assume that they have people working on this, but for those that are unaware, shops in like video games need to be as smooth as possible, because if there's friction when you buy stuff, people don't buy stuff. That's just straight up how it works. Like the amount of clicks somebody has to make to be able to buy something, or how long it takes something to load, directly affects how many people actually purchase things on websites. And so the fact that the website basically doesn't load the store at all and it barely functions is hilarious, because the number of people that are just straight up never going to buy anything off of the store because it just doesn't function for them. I mean, I say hilarious. It's not actually funny. It's actually quite bad for SSG, but it's just kind of wild. Heighten, quicken, perfect. All right, so there we go. And then I need a heal spell. Oh no, I heal myself with that. So I inflict critical as a heal spell. Here, we'll grab Holy Aura and anything else that I need. Implosion, blah 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 blah. Man, there are not a lot of good negative spells. I think that's it. Spell resistance, maybe. It's like convenient. Protects me. All right, we're good. Harm? Oh, I should grab Harm. It does give you a separate ability, but the old ability doesn't function. You can't use the old. It can't use the old ability. Harm. Right, Harm. Now we can go Harm. Not in a public area though. Whoops. Okay. So, the Black Lodge. Let's go test it out. This should be fine, but I don't know. My spell DCs are 57. Yeah, we're good. All right, Blacklock Elite. Let's go fight some undead.
Echoes of dripping water reverberate through the caves of the Black Lock.
Oh, I have to draw on Quicken. Yeah, we need Quicken active at all times. Quicken is just essential. Meta Magic, Quicken, it must be always active. And then we have Maximize, Heighten, Enlarge, Empower. I should have taken Efficient Quicken, but I did not. Maybe an Efficient Maximize. That does a reasonable amount of damage, nothing crazy. Instant kill that guy, instant kill that guy. Dark Apostate, baby, let's go. We're apostating. We're about to fight some undead, though, so it might be different. Now we have a bunch of undead. They're not clumped together yet, but they're coming. So we hit them with this. And I only got 2 of them because of the range. Kind of sucks. Now we have to wait. Oh god, these need a 5 second. Oh, these need a 5 second so bad. Oh right, I can't. Oh, I can't harm the undead. Interesting. Oh yeah, those need a 5 second, baby. Wait, why is the door not open? Did I not kill something? Oh, I didn't talk to Tin Denith.
You ready yourself for the upcoming battle against
Yeah, okay, so the AoE piercing vulnerability is really cool. I think it's actually sick, and this is how this stuff should have been functioning in the first place. That being said, the cooldown is like monstrous. Oh god, I'm under attack. So I can do this. Oh, and the targeting. Okay, so the targeting is also really wonky. So, it is not hitting several targets because the animation, the effect goes like after the animation. So the animation plays and then the effect goes out. So what that means is that, yeah, the animation's off-synced as well. So monsters will be in the area, but then they won't actually be getting affected by it. And like this is some bullshit, dude. I'm gonna wait around. I'm just like, okay, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then we can kill one guy. Let's go. Oh shit, there's too many undead. Alright. Fortunately, we can corner pull him, probably. Oh my god, I took too much damage. I'm not tanky enough for this because it takes too long to actually get him because the cooldown's too long. I have to like fully pull him. Oh, I forgot. I have an effect that resurrects me from the dead. Hit him. Get this guy. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. No. No, get back up. Get back up. You have no idea how powerful I am. You can't kill me. I'm a dark apostate. Get up. Where's my thing? It's supposed to activate. Huh? How am I not getting up? Oh, this only happens once every 3 minutes? No. God damn it. I smell like beef. My fiance and I are thinking about trying out this game. Do you have any tips for new players? Yes, I do actually. I have an entire YouTube series called Beginner Basics, which takes you through the basics of getting started with the game and continues through teaching you about how to play each individual character class. You don't have to watch every video. In fact, I would only recommend watching like the introductory video, the what do you call it? And then I have a couple like general tips and tricks sections, which are like, hey, this might actually be helpful for you. You know, you might actually want to know this extra little tidbit of information. And then outside of that, each individual class, let's say you're like, oh, I want to play Paladin. The Paladin video has everything you need for Paladin. The Wizard video has why didn't that work? Hit him with Shatter Mantle? What? Each class video has specifics for each individual character, so you don't have to watch them all. You can just watch one and then understand everything you need to know about that one character. Huh. But yes, so those would be the tips. Other than that, my biggest thing is if you don't know something, this is the biggest tip I can give to any new player who is completely unsure about how to do something in the video game, just ask. If you don't know where something is, ask people. If you don't know how to do something, ask people. If you don't know how something works, just ask people. The DDO community is extremely friendly and very nice. And instead of squirreling away in the dark, being like, how do I do X, Y, Z? Just ask somebody. And they'll jump in and they'll help you out. Another thing that is also great is the DDO Wiki is like one of the best websites for Dungeons & Dragons Online. It's got every single thing you could ever need. You need to know what you're looking for, but let's say you don't know what you're looking for and you're like, how do, what are the spells? I don't know how to get spells. So instead of this, you can just go here and you can type in like DDO Wiki spells. I don't know where it is on the wiki. Oh, there it is. And now, oh, look, there's all the spells for all the classes. There's a chart that shows all the different spells. I want to play Artificer. Cool, click Artificer. And then bazinga, here's every Artificer spell and how it functions. So like stuff like that, where the wiki is fantastic. And if you don't know how to find something on the wiki, just use Google to index the wiki, or you can search in here, but I find Google's easier. Is there a free code this year? There was around the anniversary. Okay. I don't want to keep doing this anymore. This is so clunkadelic. If this had a 5-second cooldown, I would be so much more positive about the about the piercing, but the spell piercing having a 15-second cooldown is just brutal. Because it's like I can kill one guy and then I can't kill another guy, and I gotta wait like a minute before I can do anything, and I just have to watch. So the new feats are good conceptually, but in implementation, they are not nearly as good. 5-second cooldown. That's what I want. I want a 5-second cooldown saying some games. That's it. They feel really, really horrible at 15 seconds. Oh, god damn. So the answer to the question, is Dark Apostate back? No. The second question is, okay, well, can you just cast whatever you want with this stuff? No, it feels too clunky. Clunkarillic. Clunkadelic. Clunkadelio. Oh my god. And then having the guy mixed in. I guess it does work on everybody. Oh, he's Stygian, so I should be able to bypass his resistance to negative. Nice. And then we can just tumble around, wait, tumble around. Hit him. Blast him. Woo! Look at the timing on this one. I'm doing so much work just to kill one room of enemies. Okay, they're all around me. Yeah. And then... So the two problems I've found with the spell so far is that the AoE is smaller than the circle. So most spells, the AoE is slightly bigger than the circle, but the AoE is actually smaller than the circle. That's a visual, so that needs to be adjusted. So I'm just going to write this down. Size. Most spells, the AoE is actually slightly bigger than the circle, but for this, it is noticeably smaller than the circle. For example, I could hit enemies with mass inflict wounds, but not pierce negative, even though the circle size is the same. Second cooldown is way too long. It feels extremely clunky. Even doing quests that only have a few enemies, even with the AoE, if you miss one guy or you have two mandatory archers who stand apart, you just waste 30 seconds for no reason. These... Oh, that was a close lightning bolt. I saw it hit the ground. That was in my line of view. I'm looking this way and I saw the lightning bolt. Holy shit. That's a storm, dude. These should be 5 seconds. Cooldown, not 15. It feels really bad at 15 seconds cooldown. I don't think they need Quicken. I actually think it's smooth without Quicken. Quicken wouldn't see the feats being added. All of the new information... If I should actually have this here, so yeah, all of the new information is here. So I'm gonna post this in both the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. Right there. Jim's apartment has evasion. Dude, I don't want to get hit by lightning. So yeah, so that is a personal issue with this new effect, is that it's cool, and it has a defined purpose. But like, consider the following. If there's like 2 archers that you have to kill to get through a room, right? So like here, there's a wizard and a pirate. If they don't stand together, it feels just ridiculously horrible. And like, boom, I hit that. Oh, I actually managed to get invisible, guys. That's good. But yeah, this is definitely like a this should. Oh, I didn't get the key somehow. It should 100% have a larger area to it. And there's no reason for it not to. Thank you. It's just red. Do all players start in the same area? Yep. Nope. Yep. I think every single character starts in the same area except for the Duergar, which is the newest race, which you have to pay for because it's not free. It comes with the new expansion. So I think so. I'm trying to think. Duergar... Do they start in the Forgotten Realms, or do they wake up on the beach?
You can't tell whether
I haven't made one yet.
Paint or rust,
do they just wake up on the beach?
Worse.
Ow. The pain. Also, I'm gonna need a shrine soon. And Iconics. Yeah, Iconics start in different places, but Iconics also start at level 15. If you're a new player, don't ever start with an Iconic character. it's going to feel really horrible because you're not going to know what the heck's going on or what to do. So I just can't really recommend it. Iconics are like great because they start you at a higher level, so you get to like kind of have a quick head start on the video game. But if you make an iconic and you don't know how to play, it's like you might not have as much fun because you're gonna have to just fight harder monsters and use more skills and more abilities when you haven't really, like, you know, gotten started and really learned how to do everything. And Korthos after talking to Elminster? Okay, yeah. So then, yeah. So every character starts in the same place then, no matter which one you make. Realms in front of Elminster and then ship? Oh, okay, cool. Oh my... Yeah, the thunderstorms. I didn't even see if I could turn undead these guys, which actually might save me a ton of times. Let's see. Turn undead. Yep, that was easy. So the answer is just turn undead. So it's really only if there's like a lot of constructs that you don't want to do this, but turn undead. And then it solves all of my problems. So is the Pierce spell good? Well, it's way worse than turn undead. And this character does not have a lot of investment either. I just have like literally I just have a turning item, and I took the turning stuff out of bro. It didn't let me to hit the guys with the inflict. Oh no. Hey, please. Woo. Thank you. There's also a little bit of lag here. Oh, I can only turn one at a time, though? Uh-oh. Well, at least I can turn undead, but apparently I only have enough turning damage to turn one at a time. I think it's because I don't have a lot of charisma. My charisma is only a 17, so I don't actually get a lot of turning damage. So if I had more turning damage, maybe some past lives, if I took like the turning stuff out of Exalted Angel, maybe that would help. Okay. So I have learned, for the most part, what I wanted to learn, which was, does it feel good? And the answer is, it actually feels great. I really like the way the piercing spells feel. I hate the 15-second cooldown. It just ruins the entire ability. They just shouldn't have a 15-second cooldown. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, super quick recap. For those of you that missed a lot of what we were talking about today, we're going to go over this. Update 81 is coming, which is the brand new expansion. So that will be coming this summer. So we get to see so this is the preview of what's happening. Major changes that are going to be coming is that DCs are going to get easier across your characters. You'll be losing a bunch of feats. I think there's like, with this change, players with the existing feats will be replaced with feat respec tokens. So basically, if you have a caster, you're going to get feat respec tokens. So all your spell focus feats are going to be gone. You're going to have to retake them with the new feats. Okay. No, you don't have both of them. You only have the one. Once you get the new one, you only have the new one. You don't have the old one. But yeah, so these spell focus feats basically just means you're now going to get more spell DCs for fewer feats, which makes spellcasters easier to play, which is great. Spell pen has been buffed on feats, which is great. With the new level cap increasing, there's a lot of really cool new feats that we're getting. Some of my favorites are Strength of Arms, which gives you temporary HP when you hit people. The new Epic Resilience, which I don't think is good, but it's neat, and I think it has some weird applications for hardcore if we ever get one ever again. And then, of course, the Piercing feats, so that you bypass immunities, which feel really horrible to use currently, but maybe that will get fixed. Caneth Crafting is going to be getting updated, and the biggest thing about the update to Caneth Crafting is not just that we're getting levels where we're going up to level 500, and you will be able to make Caneth crafted items that are on par with actual end game items, right? Talking about named gear, you can make named items with this system, which is cool, or items that are on par with that power level. But also, they've changed the dissolving system. Now it's a vendor window. So instead of the clunky system where you had to drag something into the dissolver, or like into the machine and then dissolve it one at a time, now you just go, hey guys, got to sell. You teleport to the Caneth place, dump all your items in, get 2,000 essences, go back to questing. It's like lightning fast. And it means that Caneth essences, the price is about to nosedive, because if you have been selling Kenneth essences and making a bunch of money, you won't be able to anymore because everyone's going to have gajillions of them because actually, this is awesome. So platinum hasn't had a function in DDO. It's one of my core concerns about the game is that the physical currency that you get for buying things is very scarce until you get to about level 12, at which point you have an infinite amount of it, and then you hit the plat cap at some point and don't know what you're supposed to do with it. So it has no purpose. There's nothing expensive you can buy. There's nothing you can do with it. It's sort of silly cosmetics. But this isn't a problem anymore because now you don't actually have to sell anything for any amount of money. You can now deconstruct everything and get Kenneth essences instead, which means you won't be getting nearly as much platinum. So the platinum that you will buy, or there'll be less platinum in the market, there'll be less platinum available, which means people might actually want to trade things for platinum, especially if they're selling everything for Kenneth essences to build up their stockpile, so that number one, they can get all the way up to crafting level 500, which is going to be the new crafting level cap. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. Now that I think about it, because you don't have to sell things anymore and you can just break things down as selling. And conveniently, there is, I should add, a new thing in Evening Star. Please work, please work, please work, please work. Teleport. Rod of teleportation. All right, teleportation. We're going to the Gatekeeper's Grove. Yes. Now you have to... Damn it! Oh my god. Why is it every time I want to show something off on stream? Literally every time. Oops, your teleport failed. Let's go to 500. I stopped at 340, so now I'm going to have to grind out my way to 500. Anyways. So now, when you go into Evening Star... So you don't ever have to worry about it. It's literally every time, by the way. And key to Evening Star is now an easy gateway if you don't have access to teleport. Just get yourself a key to Evening Star and you can teleport to the center of town. And you want to go to the center of town because now there's a new building right over here, the Evening Star Crafting Hall.
The great over-sorcerer. If anyone can fathom Loth's plans, Elminster will.
You have to grind crafting on Thrain. Yeah, but think about it. It'll be so much less of a grind now that you just make essences like candy. If you play any amount of endgame, literally one saga's worth of quests is like almost 3,000 Kenneth essences. But now we have the Evening Star Crafting Hall, and inside, boom, all your beautiful crafting devices. So you can do all your crafting. So deconstruction is here, so it's right in the center. So you walk up and you go, hey, what's up, deconstructor? You say, I'm going to permanently destroy items. I have my items in my inventory, so I just go do, put them in here, and then I hit dissolve, and then bam, it just gave me Kenneth essences. I don't know how many essences I got. It didn't tell me. I got 25. That's it. It's just a vendor now, which is cool. Yes, and higher level cap means higher level items, which is sick. Anyways, I would continue. No more dissolvers? No, it's just a vendor. That's it. What have they done with Dark Apostate? Nothing. They just made it so that there's a new epic ability that allows you to penetrate resistances or bypass immunities, which means you can make it so even constructs will take your negative damage, which is cool. But Dark Apostate still sucks. So sorry, it was just clickbait. Anyways, I would love to stay and do more. However, I have to get going because I have to get to a barbecue, which I don't know what we're going to do because it's literally like pouring rain outside. But like, I don't know, maybe it'll stop eventually. But it is a holiday here in Canada, so I'm going to go to a good old Canada Day barbecue. Some of you Americans have your Independence Day on the 4th, so that's Saturday. So it's similar to that, but for Canada. So I'm going to go do that. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more, we'll be back tomorrow with some more content. And other than that, if you ever want to catch up on things that I've already done, remember I have the VODs channel, streams on YouTube, which is also where I've been streaming this live on YouTube at the same time. So all the VODs are saved there, which is convenient. And then, like I said, I've got new videos coming out soon. Endgame Warlock build, Endgame Paladin build, Endgame Dragon Lord Sacred Fist build, and an Assassin Rogue all in the way once I get time to actually put that out. But for now, that's pretty much all I have. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you had a fantastic time. I know it's a short stream, and apologize for only having a little bit, but I want to be able to talk about some of the new stuff on Lamannia, showcase some of the new things, be able to give some feedback to the developers about how much I really love piercing and how clunky it feels. And that's pretty much it. I don't know who to raid right now. Who's streaming? Is Yusuke streaming? Neutral agent streaming. Oh shit. But yeah, happy Canada Day. Here you go. Internet is back, maybe. Here you go. Have fun. We'll raid Canada, man, for Canada Day. Good old Canada, man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you had a fantastic time, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.